I'd like to call our regular scheduled village board meeting to order. Let the record reflect that it's Tuesday, June 4th, 2019. Village clock has it at 7:34 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Present.
Trustee Brady.
Here.
Trustee Brennan.
Here.
Trustee Galante.
Here.
Trustee Glatz.
Present.
Trustee Mueller.
Here.
President Vandenberg.
Here, thank you. Item number 1, at this time I'd ask for a motion to consider approval of the agenda. Is such a motion?
So moved.
Properly
Second.
moved by Trustee Brennan and seconded by Trustee Berg. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you. Item 2, at this time I'd ask for a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the regular village board meeting held on May 21, 2019. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Properly moved by Trustee Glatz.
Second.
And seconded by Trustee Mueller. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you. Item number 3, Trustee Mueller.
I move we consider the appointment of Kimberly Clark to the position of Community Development Director.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Kimberly was hired in January 2018 with the intention for her to be promoted to the position of Community Developer after a short period of time as Planning Manager. Kimberly has over 13 years of experience and has direct experience in planning, economic development, along with building services. She has partnered with the current acting CD Director, Paula Walrick, on many projects. Ms. Walrick will revert to the Planning Manager position as a result of this change. Consider concurring with the recommendation of Mayor Vandenberg and appoint Kimberly Clark to Community Development Director.
Thank you, Trustee Mueller. This is a voice vote? Is it a voice vote? Or want to roll on it? Oh, we'll do a roll call, please.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
That motion will pass. Kimberly, why don't you stand up so we can give you a round of applause?
Say a few words.
Oh, sure.
I do want to thank you all for your vote of confidence to help lead the Community Development Department. It has been a great year working for this community, working alongside Paula, who's done a tremendous job really keeping the department together and being a great mentor to me, as well as someone who's really helped me want to step up to this role and be successful at it. And I feel that I am ready. And I have a great team here. I have great leadership here that I want to continue to keep everything moving in the community and assist the residents, the businesses, and accomplishing our goals. So thank you very much, and I will work very hard for you.
I look forward to it. Thanks. And Kimberly mentioned it, but I think it would be unfair to go out, continue with our meeting without recognizing Paula for filling in as our interim community development director over the last couple of year or so. I won't even say how long, couple, 2 or 3 years. Three, thank you. It's been a long time.
3.5.
I think everyone here, both old and new, could attest to the long hours that you put in to make sure this village continues to be a standout throughout the state of Illinois. And we just want to say thank you very much for your continued service at Tinley Park. So a round of applause for Paula Walrick.
Can I say a few words?
You're last, feel free.
My last. Similar to Kimberly, us planners think alike. It's been a real honor. It really has been a real honor. And even though it was only supposed to be a month, it has been a very joyful ride. And I can't leave this position without giving my thanks to the support that I've received from the board and the village manager, the whole village staff, and most especially the community development staff. And I know it sounds easy for me to say, but I've worked in several villages, and I have never met a more dedicated, passionate staff. And maybe you all realize this, I hope you do, because they work very, very hard for you, and they feel emotionally and passionate about Tinley Park, and it has been an honor to serve with them. I've worked with 3 trustees. I've worked with you as my liaison. I worked for a very long time with trustee Glatz, and it has been wonderful, and I've had a couple months or a month with trustee Mueller. But what I feel most proud of, besides the great work that we've all done, is leaving you all in the hands of Kimberly. You know how I met her a long time ago, and she has surpassed all of my expectations. We kind of laugh sometimes how we think alike a little bit, and differently on important matters. And I think you guys are in great hands, having her here taking over the department. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Item 4, this time I'd ask for a motion to consider approval of the following consent agenda items. Is such a motion?
So moved.
Properly moved by trustee Berg,
Second.
seconded by trustee Glatz. Madam Clerk, can you read these into the record, please?
Item A, consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-041, approving a settlement agreement and release between the Regional Transportation Authority, County of Cook, Village of Forest View, Village of Tinley Park, Village of Lamont, Village of Orland Park, Elk Grove Village, Village of Melrose Park, Village of Hazel Crest, Village of Northbrook as plaintiffs, and the City of Kankakee and related entity MTS Consulting LLC as defendants relative to Cook County Consolidated Cases 2011, Chapter 29744, and 2011, Chapter 34266, involving the matter of sourcing and reporting of sales taxes. Item B, consider requests from Bankers Life to conduct the 17th Annual Bankers Life Forget-Me-Not Tag Days fundraiser to benefit the Alzheimer's Association on Thursday, June 20th, 2019, at certain intersections in the Village of Tinley Park. Item C, consider request from Ingalls Development Foundation to conduct a raffle on June 1st, 2019, at the Tinley Park Convention Center with the winner drawn that day. Item D, consider request for a block party permit on Saturday, August 10th, 2019, on 172nd Street between Oak Park Avenue and 67th Court from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And lastly, item E, payment of outstanding bills in the amount of $1,282,599.06 as listed under the vendor board approval report dated May 24th and May 31st, 2019.
Thank you, Clerk. Any board member care to remove any of these items? Let the reflect that there's none. Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
The motion carried. Thank you. Item 5, I would ask for a motion to postpone this to the June 18, 2019 Village Board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Thank you. During the committee of the whole meeting, it was discussed that we'd defer this back to our Administration and Legal Committee, which will be held next Tuesday, and then the decision will be made to either put that on the following board meeting or not. So that's the reason why we are postponing this. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you. Item number 6. This time I'd ask for a motion to consider adopting ordinance number 2019-0-028, amending Title 6, Chapter 112, Section 112.22 of the Tinley Park Municipal Code, addition of one AV liquor video license for Primal Cut Steakhouse located at 17344 Oak Park Avenue. Is there such a
moved.
motion? It's been properly moved by trustee
Second.
Brady. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Brennan.
Mueller.
Mueller.
Mueller, I'm sorry.
A little small.
As was discussed in our previous committee of the whole meeting, the proposed ordinance would increase the Class AV liquor license by 1. The applicant currently operates a full-service restaurant and bar at the above address, 17344 Oak Park Avenue. Video gaming for this establishment is permitted. The respective license will be for the following business, Primal Cut Steakhouse. Upon approval of this ordinance, the total number of AV liquor video licenses will be 16. I would say that, for the record, there was a very good discussion at our committee of the whole meeting regarding the applicant and the process of video gaming, and this is up for your consideration. This is always for adoption. Any comments from the board? There are none. Please call a roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item 7, again, I'd ask this to be postponed until, June 18, 2019, Village Board meeting. Do I need a motion on that? So I'd ask for a motion.
So moved.
It's Properly
Second.
moved and seconded by trustee Berg. Again, this was discussed in our committee of the whole meeting, and during that meeting, it was discussed to defer back to Administration and Legal Committee, which will be held next Tuesday. And then from that point, it will be decided whether it should be going forward to the next board meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That has been postponed. Thank you. Item 8, at this time I'd ask for a motion to consider adopting ordinance number 2019-0-030, amending Title 6, Chapter 112, Section 112.22 of the Tinley Park Municipal Code, addition of one Class EV liquor video gaming license for Pop's Italian Beef and Sausage located at 7301 183rd Street. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Again, discussed during our committee of the whole meeting, the proposed ordinance would increase the Class EV liquor video license by one. Our applicant currently operates a full-service restaurant, and that's not correct, it's not an and bar, so it's just a full-service restaurant located at 7301 West 183rd Street. Video gaming for this establishment is permitted. Their respective license will be for the following. Again, for Pop's Italian Beef and Sausage at the same address. Video gaming is proposed for this location. This would bring up the total number of our Class EV liquor licenses to 9. This is eligible for adoption, and again, this was discussed thoroughly in our committee of the whole meeting prior to this meeting. Any comments or questions from the board?
This is for liquor and.
Correct.
I just want
I,
to
I'm sorry, trustee Glatz. During the discussion here, it said that the applicant currently operates a full-service restaurant and bar, and that's not true, it's just a restaurant, right?
thank him for changing his plans.
Any other comments or questions from the board? This will be a roll call, please.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
No.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
No.
Motion will carry. Thank you. Item number 9. At this time, I'd ask for motion to consider adopting ordinance number 2019-0-031, amending Title 6, Chapter 112, Section 112.22 of the Tinley Park Municipal Code, addition of one Class AV1 liquor video license for Union Bar and Grill located at 17821 80th Avenue. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Thank you. The proposed ordinance would increase the Class AV1 liquor video license by one. The applicant is opening a full-service restaurant and bar located at 17821 80th Avenue. Video gaming for this establishment is permitted. The respective license will be for the following business. Again, Union Bar and Grill. Upon approval of this ordinance, there will be a total number of one Class AV1 liquor video licenses. Pardon me, and it will be increased to 9. There'll be 9 of those. This was discussed in our committee of the whole meeting, and I would take any other conversation at this point. There is none. Please call the roll.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
No.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
That motion will carry. Thank you. Let's pause for a moment on that, because it's a new business in Tinley, and I think we owe them a round of applause. Joe and your... Appreciate your patience with that, Joe. Thank you. Item 10, Trustee Berg.
Thank you. I'd like to consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-043, approving an agreement with WGN Radio for a tourism advertising campaign in conjunction with the Illinois Bureau of Tourism Marketing Partnership Grant.
So moved.
Second.
Thank
It's
you.
been moved and seconded.
The village received a marketing partnership program grant from the State of Illinois Tourism Bureau for $23,300 to fund a tourism-focused radio campaign at a 50% match. The objective of this tourism marketing effort is to increase Tinley Park's brand awareness, to promote the village's hospitality-related amenities, and persuade visitors to visit Tinley Park for entertainment, such as the benches, music, special events, breweries, dining, and shopping. The grant parameters require advertising outside of the 50-mile radius, and the funds will be used during the state's fiscal year ending June 30th, 2019. The village has chosen to partner with WGN Radio for this campaign because of their 5-state reach, affiliation with the Chicago White Sox, credibility. The campaign will include walkthrough video hosted by a WGN personality, radio commercials during the Chicago White Sox home games in June, and an in-studio tasting featuring Tinley Park's local brewers, and a mix of live and read recorded commercials. Funding has been earmarked for the village's fiscal year 2020 budget to cover the local match. I think it's 1920. The resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you,
It
trustee
is
Burke.
this share.
That's correct. Any comments or questions from the board? No?
Great idea.
Great. Call a roll on this, please.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Go Sox. Item 11. Dave's sleeping, I think.
was looking at you, Dave.
I went right over to his head.
Yeah, I already give him-
Big game tonight.
There's a lot of Cubs
I'd like
fans
to
here.
make a motion to,
What did he say? Went over my head, too. Anyways, trustee Glatz.
I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-044, approving an agreement and appointment with Rory Group LLC as the village lobbyist.
Is there a
Second.
second? Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. President Vandenberg is appointing Rory Group LLC as the village lobbyist. They will do as much work as we ask them to do according to what is outlined in the agreement for a contracted amount of $3,000 per month. Rory Group will provide the service of lobbying for Cook County in addition to the state, and also provide the village board with quarterly reports. Consider approving the agreement with Rory Group LLC for a contracted amount of $3,000 per month. This resolution's eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any comments from the board? There are none. Please call the roll.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
That motion will carry. Thank you. Item 12, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting ordinance number 2019-0-025, approving text amendments to section 2.w, regulations for personal wireless service facilities, of the zoning ordinance for regulations related to telecommunications service and small cell wireless facilities.
Is there a second?
So, second.
Thank you.
Staff has directed text amendments to the zoning ordinance for telecommunications service facilities in response to several inquiries and state law changes with respect to small cell wireless antennas. Staff has also improved section 3.w in order to clarify and update the village's regulations for freestanding cell towers, antennas, co-locations, small cell antennas, distributed antenna systems, and related definitions. These draft changes will replace the existing code section in its entirety. The village attorney and Public Works Department assisted planning staff in reviewing the draft text changes. On May 2nd, the Plan Commission held a public hearing and voted unanimously 4-0 to recommend approval of the text amendments. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any comments on the board? There are none. This is a roll, please.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 13, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting ordinance number 2019-0-045, amending an economic incentive agreement between the Village of Tinley Park and South Street Development LLC.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
The Boulevard at Central Station incentive agreement was approved on November 6, 2018. The developers, Bob Hanson and Joseph Rizza, have requested an amendment to the agreement for sharing half the percentage of leased commercial space when at least 25% of the area is leased. If less than 25% of the space available is leased, then no increment was to be provided. To sharing 50% of the increment if more than 25% of the available space is leased, and 25% of the increment regardless of the amount of space leased. Planned improvements for the vacant land located at 6701 to 6755 South Street will include a 4-story, 165-unit mixed-use development with 30,000 square feet of commercial space, 100 new public parking spaces, 181 private parking spaces, a private swimming pool, public infrastructure improvements, and public streetscape. The total rebate incentive package will not exceed $7,026,000 to include an amount not to exceed $2,200,000 for public infrastructure improvements and an amount not to exceed $4,826,000 for TIF eligible expenses. The incentive also includes land value estimated at $500,000, creating a total estimated incentive package of $7,526,000. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Counselor Conley, you had something, Counselor Conley, you had something, correct?
I can go after it, just.
Oh, is there any other discussions or comments or questions from the board?
No, I want to hear Pat talk.
We all do.
I just wanted to add, we are working with the developers, as you guys know, we're partners with them now. Everybody wants to see them get building. We're working with them quickly. They're doing their part, we're doing our part, we're moving it along. There's one more issue outstanding with them, and it's small. It didn't make it to this amendment. We were hoping that, through some architectural work, we could get it fixed. We're not sure if it can or not yet, but the total size of the units, there may be a discrepancy in whether it's allowable at 730 feet or 745 feet. This agreement you have before you says 745. They're trying to meet that requirement. If they can't, we'll come back to you. But the process is moving along. Everybody's working very hard, both sides, to get going here. We know everybody's excited to get going, but there are a few steps that need to be hit that we're working with through the planning department. So it is moving though.
Thank you for your update. Any comments or questions regarding what Counselor Conley stated?
Thanks, Pat.
You're welcome.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Your planning
It's
staff.
an enormous project. I'm not really on board with it, though, still, sorry.
Your planning staff deserves.
For
it.
apartments, sorry.
There's gonna be a lot to do and a lot to do in the future with the engineering and things like that, and hopefully the first of many, so your planning staff will be busy with this.
Very good. This would be a roll call.
Trustee Berg.
No.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Trustee Mueller?
I move we consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-046, supporting a Class C 6B substantial emergency relief real estate tax assessment applicant by R.G. Riley and Sons, Inc., for an industrial development located at 17,700 Duvane Drive, Tinley Park, Cook County, Illinois.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
This resolution provides support for the Cook County Class 6B SER incentive for R.G. Riley and Sons, which reduces the tax assessment ratio for the property at 17,700 Duvane Drive from 25% to 10% for 10-year period, 15% for the 11th year, and 20% for the 12th year. The property is in Duvane Industrial Park and the municipally designated Tinley Park Mental Health Center TIF district. This project meets the goals and objectives for encouraging redevelopment and business retention in Tinley Park as set forth by the Economic and Commercial Commission and the Village Board of Trustees in previous meetings. The Economic and Commercial Commission recommended approval for this proposed economic development incentive at their meeting on April 15, 2019. The Community Development Committee recommended approval of the request at their meeting on May 28, 2019. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Does any board member care to comment or have any questions regarding the reclass? No? We'll call a roll on this, please.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee Glatz, you're going to read item 15, right?
Yeah.
Give Mike a break. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-047, recommending a Cook County Class 7B reclassification for top hospitality for commercial development. 2 Marriott hotels located at 18300 96th Avenue, Cook County, Illinois.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. The resolution provides support for the Cook County Class 7B incentive, which reduces the tax assessment ratio for the property at 18300 96th Avenue from 25% to 10% for a 10-year period, 15% in the 11th year, and 20% in the 12th year. The property is located in the designated LaGrange Road blighted area. This project meets the goals and objectives established in the Economic Incentive Policy as set forth by the Economic and Commercial Commission and the Village Board of Trustees. The Community Development Committee recommended approval of this proposed economic development incentive on May 28th, 2019. The Economic and Commercial Commission will review the proposal as its May 31st, 2019 meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
And they did pass it unanimously at that meeting on the 31st.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions from the board? Can we have a roll call? Please call the roll.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion will carry. Are we going back to
Yes.
trustee Mueller?
I move we consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-048, awarding an Oak Park Avenue code compliance grant to Susan Chafke for property located at 17451 Oak Park Avenue, Tinley Park, Cook County, Illinois.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
This resolution approves a code compliance grant for Susan Chafke. Planned improvements for the building at 17451 Oak Park Avenue will include a new fire alarm system as requested by the Tinley Park Building Code. The total matching grants will not exceed $5,375. The Community Development Committee recommended approval of this proposed grant on May 28, 2019. The Economic and Commercial Commission reviewed the proposal at its May 31st, 2019 meeting and recommended it for approval as well. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the board? Expenditure of funds, please call the roll.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion will carry. Item 17, trustee Mueller, busy night.
Very busy. I move we consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-049, awarding an Oak Park Avenue sign grant to Ed and Joe's Restaurant and Pizzeria for property located at 17332 Oak Park Avenue, Tinley Park, Cook County, Illinois.
Is there a
So
second?
moved. Or second.
Thank you, Mike. This resolution approves a sign grant for Ed and Joe's Restaurant. Planned improvements for the building at 17332 Oak Park Avenue include a new sign. The total matching grants will not exceed $2,495. The Economic and Commercial Commission recommended approval for the grant request at its April 15, 2019 meeting. And at the Community Development Committee, they also recommended it for approval at their May 28th meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the board? There is none. We'll call it roll, please.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 18, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-042, approving a master pole attachment agreement between the Village of Tinley Park and New Singular Wireless, PCS LLC.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. The master pole agreement was drafted based on the recommendation of the Illinois Municipal League, village attorney, and the village planning staff. The agreement will permit the location of AT&T small cell wireless equipment on the village municipally owned utility poles in compliance with the Illinois Small Wireless Facilities Deployment Act. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Is there any comments or questions from the board? There is none. We'll call the roll, please.
Trustee Burke.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 19, trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting resolution number 2019-R-050, opposing the zoning map amendment request for 18501 South Ridgeland Avenue, unincorporated Cook County, Illinois.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
This resolution opposes a Cook County zoning map amendment for an unincorporated property of land located at 18501 South Ridgeland Avenue. The applicant is requesting a rezone of the property from Cook County R-4 single-family residence to Cook County I-1 residential or restricted industrial district. The property is adjacent to existing attached single-family townhomes within the R-6 medium-density residential zoning district. The village's comprehensive plan proposes this property be zoned residential, and therefore the proposed Cook County I-1 Restricted Industrial District is in conflict with the vision for this area. The permitted uses allowed under the Cook County I-1 zoning district are incompatible with existing adjacent residential uses. Staff received a letter in opposition to the requested zoning from the adjacent Misty Pines First Edition condominiums. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, trustee Mueller. Any comments from the board? Perhaps somebody from staff could kind of explain to us the process here. I mean, does our ordinance overrule the counties? Can you maybe discuss
It's-
that or opine on it?
It's not in the village, but we have mile-and-a-half review rights of anything within a mile-and-a-half of our corporate boundaries. The zoning districts are entirely different, everybody has their own numbers, but as the memo had stated, the I-1 county ordinance has several permitted uses that are in direct conflict with the surrounding residential uses in our community, Misty Pines condominiums. And as the residents have expressed in that letter, that they are very concerned about some of those permitted uses. So we don't have direct control, but by sending the county a letter of opposition, it pushes their vote into a supermajority. So, and our hope is that that might sway them to not approve.
Has there been a public hearing on that end and
On
have,
their end,
that's already occurred?
no,
So that's coming?
it's coming. Do you recall the date?
They gave us the public notice, there's no date, but, we're gonna get the resolution to them as
So-
soon as possible.
Assume Misty Pines Homeowners Association will be present there to speak on their behalf, and are we sending anybody from
We'll
village?
certainly keep them
Yeah.
informed.
Okay.
And there has to be, Kim, there has to be, as we understand, a supermajority
Sure.
of the county that
Right.
vote. That's what the letter, pushes them
push.
to do, so.
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you for the clarification.
They
Any-
also send out, and I received it, a registered letter to anybody within whatever
Sure.
it was. And I received one of, everybody in our building received the letter.
Thank-
To replace the sign, or the billboard, to replace the billboard, there is no billboard there.
Thanks,
My
Mr.
only
Moriarty.
suggestion to the residents is don't discount the power of your voice, because as here in the village, the board listens to you, and it will matter in the county as well.
Thank you for the update on that. Any other comments from the board? We'll call the roll on this, please.
Trustee Berg.
Yes.
Trustee Brady.
Yes.
Trustee Brennan.
Yes.
Trustee Galante.
Yes.
Trustee Glatz.
Yes.
Trustee Mueller.
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 20, receive comments from the staff.
Couple things, President Vandenberg. First of all, I want to kind of join in and really, one, thanking Paula for the 3 years and 3 months that she's put in the position. For those who were here, remember when Paula accepted that, and yes, it was, I don't remember it being a month, but it was a short term it was supposed to be, and it was a very turbulent time in the village, and especially in community development, and I think Paula stepped in and helped stabilize the department, I think really moved things along, and I think rebuild confidence in terms of the direction that we were going. So, and we continue to look forward to working with Paula on the plaza projects and other things she'll be working on. And one of Paula's big accomplishments, again, was really getting, recruiting Kim. And I've been working with Kim since she's been here, and she will definitely be an excellent addition, and I think will do the village proud. So I'm very excited about this process. So, second thing I wanted to talk about was in relation to the newspaper article that was mentioned earlier about the Racino. And so, over the weekend, the legislature did approve a gambling expansion package that we could not have predicted just a few months ago. We're still in the process of digesting the 700-page gaming bill, and many of the things about the process the state will implement and determine location have not been defined yet. Here's what we do know. Tinley Park has a prime opportunity to seize this moment and create a once-in-a-lifetime development opportunity for the mental health center property that will positively change Tinley Park in many ways and be a boon to the entire South Suburban region. It would be the state's first casino, and besides a racetrack and casino, the high-end complex could also include a hotel and restaurants. With the nearby convention center, Hollywood Casino Amphitheater and hotels, a Racino complex is consistent with the entertainment appeal of this area. And there are many other positives to consider, including, one, converting a blighted property into a true entertainment destination for the region. The property is currently on not on the tax roll since it's owned by the state. There would be significant tax dollars generated by this type of development. The location of the Racino next to I-80 would minimize traffic impact on our residential communities and also provide easy access for visitors. And the Racino would create many permanent jobs as well as construction jobs. So again, there are a number of steps that still need to occur for this project to be realized, not necessarily in this order. As you all know, the property, the mental health center property would need to be purchased from the state, and remediation and demolition would be necessary to get it shovel-ready. And additionally, for this type of facility, both the Illinois Racing Board and Illinois Gaming Board would have to approve the Racino license, and we don't know at this point what other applications or locations might be out there trying to get that same license. And of course, if we reach that process and we're able to, the developer we're actually able to secure the license, there would be a thorough process involving our planning commission, board of trustees in terms of debating and deciding whether to approve the plan. And again, we have not received a formal proposal yet, and so it's really premature to predict the timeline for when we may know more. So, but we just wanted to assure everyone that we're committed to being transparent throughout the entire process, and there will be ample time for the public to provide feedback. That's it.
Thanks, Dave. Anybody else from staff? Donna?
I will just share with you that we had although the weather wasn't cooperative last week, we did get our first cruise night of the season off this evening. We had about 130 cars out there, and it was very well attended. We also started the farmers markets last Saturday. Those will go through mid-October, and the first Music in the Plaza concert is scheduled for Saturday, June 15th.
Thank you for the update. Anything else from staff? Very good. We'll move on to item 21, receive comments from the board.
I have something, Jake.
Go ahead.
I'd like to invite everyone to stop by the 6th annual Kiera and Friends Lemonade Stand for charity on Saturday, June 15th, from 10:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. and help support these kids in raising money for a local charity called React for Ryan. The lemonade stand will be held at 16906 Sandy Lane, and 100% of the proceeds get donated to charity. I will once again be out there grilling lunch for first responders who have been great supporters over the years. The lemonade stand is run by Kiera Fitzmaurice and her friends Sophia and Colin Siscato. Kiera picks a different charity each year to donate. Last year they raised $2,740 for Midwest Barbecue for the Brave, a charity that helps build homes for catastrophically injured veterans. In 2017, they raised over $1,500 for our own Tinley Wish. The charity Kiera picked this year, React for Ryan, is a nonprofit that provides awareness, counseling, and training for first responders in need of mental health and emotional assistance due to the day-to-day distress they experience. Please go to their Facebook page, Kiera and Friends Annual Lemonade Stand for charity, and give them a like. You can also make a donation via PayPal or Venmo account listed on their page. Hope to see everyone on June 15th at 16906 Sandy Lane, Tinley Park. Let's support these kids and make this the best year yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Watts.
Then I have one more.
Okay.
I personally want to thank Paula. I won't go into too much detail, but you've helped me a lot over the 2 years with growing pains, and you really taught me a lot, and I appreciate all your help. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Watts. Anybody else on the board care to comment?
I've got a couple.
Sure, fire away.
I also want to thank Paula. You've been extremely warm and welcoming during the transition, so really appreciate it. I know I've already started working with Kimberly, and I think it's going to continue very smoothly. So really looking forward to working with Kimberly as well. But thank you, Paula. Really appreciate it. Donna, I know I asked last week, 2 weeks ago, about the timelines for the marketing campaign. So really appreciate the hard work getting those timelines met successfully. Looking forward to seeing the results of that campaign. And then, Mr. Mayor, at the COW last time, we talked about having bi-weekly reports on the gaming. Do you know when we're going to expect those?
This week.
So, yeah,
This week?
This would be the first. Yep.
Okay. That was it?
Thank you. Anything else
I'd
on the
like
board?
to add, certainly to appreciation of Paula and all she has done. It's been a fine job for those 3 months that you were here. And also, I want to thank Chief Reader. We had a great ceremony in finally getting our firehouse going. I'd never been to a decommissioning of a firehouse, but it was quite moving. And of course, all the former firemen that used that house over all these years, and the program that you put together. And I guess within hours, that old building was taken down. It was great to see that, and we're looking forward to getting the new house up the fall of next year, 2020. But it was a great ceremony and interesting in how all your staff and you took care of that.
Thank you, Trustee Brady.
One last thing, Jack. Also, I just want to say I'm glad that I moved over to this side because it looks like Bill is still freezing over there. He put his coat on.
One of my office at 76.
Yeah.
Anything else on the board? Move on to item 22, receive comments from the public.
How y'all doing?
Good.
My name's John, and this is my first time at a board meeting, so thank you for doing what you do. It's a really cool experience, and I look forward to being a part of the community more often. So I'll just get right to it. The Tinley Park ordinance states that it is against the village ordinance to conduct any building operations, for example, construction, repair, reconstruction, or maintenance that involves loud equipment from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. if it's within 300 feet of the residences. The back wall and lot of the Jewel on 171st and Harlem is within nearly half of that range. It's about 120 feet from several residences, including my own bedroom window. And we are divided by like this really thin, cracked fence that might as well not be there, but that's a separate issue. So Waste Management comes and picks up the garbage from the Jewel at 4 a.m., sometimes 5 a.m., nearly every morning, creating noise and vibrations so loud that it sets off the car alarms in our parking lot. And furthermore, Jewel's trucks begin their loading and unloading operations directly afterwards when the garbage trucks have cleared the relatively small alleyway. And these operations include the loud metal clanking that comes from the tracks that are on the truck beds and, just moving goods on and off the truck beds. So I began contacting the village enforcement officer, and I'd like to state that this person is very understanding, and I really appreciate her efforts. However, after 6 or 7 calls, nothing was changed, and eventually she told me to contact the police. So during that time we were calling her, she stated that she was getting in contact with the garbage company several times, which police told me later had nothing to do with the ordinance. Anyway, I really don't like calling the police, especially if there's more important matters to attend to. But the lack of sleep that my girlfriend and I have been experiencing have led her, especially her, but me too, wanting a few questions to be answered. And so I'm sure she's proud of me for doing this, and she'd be really mad at me if I didn't. One, are the garbage pickup times for 7 a.m. If they're within 300 feet of the residences? And if so, why aren't the officers aware of this ordinance? 2, if the ordinance says that 7 a.m. is on the official site, I would just wonder why the officer would tell me, who was very respectful during the whole time, by the way, really appreciated his efforts, but he said that issuing a citation would not be worth it to a big company like Jewel, because they'll just be able to keep paying for it and it's not really going to affect them. But if they are violating the ordinance, why won't citations be given? Then third, really, if the ordinances are not being enforced, I don't really know what that says about Tinley Park's integrity and its respect to some of the residences, like such as myself. So I do like to live in this solution. I don't want to come up here and just complain. So I wanted to give some ideas of what could be done. The first one just being enforcing the ordinance by actually giving the citations. The next one would be asking Jewel's corporate office or whoever pays for the garbage services to have the garbage trucks come at a different time. The reason I say this is because when I approached the garbage man myself, very respectfully, but it was 4 in the morning, I just asked him, why is it they're here so early? And he said it's because the garbage trucks will get blocked by the Jewel trucks if they don't come at that time, and so they have to come at 4 a.m. So basically, my solution to that, I proposed that we ask them to do their loading and unloading in the front of the store or begin at the correct time. And then lastly, my other idea would be to ask Jewel to pay for adequate soundproofing for the residents that do live within 300 feet. I realize that the Jewel brings in quite a bit of money to the Tinley Park community, and I've worked several places that does some of those operations. I know how big of a damage it would be to just completely stop all operations during that time. However, we do have an ordinance about it, but this would at least allow them to do what they need to do, and for me to get sleep to do my job with just as much integrity as they do theirs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't really know how this works, if you guys respond or if I just walk away.
Well, this is public comments, and it's not a question and answer, as we
Oh,
have
okay.
so politely have stated in the past. John, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, John. Well, welcome to your first board meeting. Pretty complex issue you brought forward. You're probably not going to get a direct answer tonight. We could most likely get back to you with some information.
Sure.
I'm sure that the community development, our new community development director and her staff could maybe come up with some different solutions that, like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there.
Okay.
If you could leave your contact information with them, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I will.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out.
Yep.
Thank you.
If there's no other public comment, we'll proceed on to item 23.
Good evening. The last meeting, I think Michael Stocklos stated that he talked to an engineer, and he mentioned the name Vandenberg, considering the, I think it's called the Magnuson development now. And Mayor Vandenberg, you said that Vandenberg isn't involved in that development. On May 22nd, Scott Vandenberg and Jack Mayer had a scheduled meeting at Village Hall. So, I don't know, Paula or Kimberly, can you tell me why Scott Vandenberg and Jack Mayer were at Village Hall that day? Did it concern the Magnuson development?
Well, Paul, hold on, let me remember, it's not Q&A, Mr. Stuckley, so I could tell you, I was at that meeting, and there's a big development going on out there,
Okay,
and we had a meeting about it. We had a meeting about the process. of
okay,
the
so you're not going to say that Vandenberg is involved or isn't involved?
I'm not gonna play a wordsmith game with you about involved or isn't involved.
Yeah, okay.
But there was a meeting.
Okay, so I think I know who's involved and who isn't. Secondly, on May 29th, Steve Eberhard had an appointment with you
That's correct.
for maybe 2 hours?
Probably, maybe even longer.
Okay, well, the sign-in sheet says that, I think it was a little bit less, but regardless.
Okay.
Is that billable hours?
Is that billable hours?
Yes.
I'm here every Wednesday. Those are my office hours. I'm often here all day, every Wednesday. So yeah, technically, yes, those would be billable hours, correct.
Okay, so let's just say maybe, did it cost the taxpayers maybe $500 for the meeting with Steve?
I'm not gonna answer that. I don't know what it costs.
Okay, did it cost the taxpayers money?
Yes, just as most of my services do.
Okay, it's not a gotcha,
I know.
Counselor Conley, I
but
just,
you're
because.
making it sound like, Ms. Eberhard and I were just casually conversing.
Oh, no, 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 no,
Business being
no,
done.
I, certainly not, certainly not. It was a scheduled meeting, and who knows what went on. Maybe my name was mentioned, who knows, but, yeah, I just wanted to know if it was billable. And I'm not saying if it was, it's wrong, I just wanted to know if it was billable, because we know how Steve likes to spend our taxpayer money. Okay, thanks.
Hi. Just gotta find my page, sorry. Diane, as finance chair, where do you see money coming from to hire police staffing that is said is needed in the, that was done by the study?
Where they budget for it?
Right. Where do you plan on getting the money to fund it?
And I just want to interject. Remember, this is public comment. It's not Q&A. Nobody has to answer questions up here. It's not what this session is. It's public comment. You have 6 minutes to address the board, but you're free to.
Okay. For Galante, Mueller, and Brennan, I was just wondering, on the personal attacks on social media, on behalf of your political party, how did you feel about that?
Ma'am, this is discussion of
I know,
village
but this is-
business,
I'm
so
leading up to
we're going to
something.
leave social media out of it. If you have a question or comment regarding the village's social media site, I'd ask you to present that. Otherwise, we'll leave the political.
So I can just explain things that happened then?
We're
Without
not
asking
going to, we're not
questions?
going to discuss anything that's not outside of village business.
Okay,
That
well,
is outside
it's
village
Bill's business, because the Tinley taxpayer group discusses Bill's village business in it.
If it's a direct question regarding the village finances or anything regarding our village business, we will certainly listen to it. We're not going to discuss anything regarding anything.
Okay, but,
political
okay,
theatrics.
then this is some of my business. I would like to ask Michael Glotz, how did my records, when the police visit my home, how did that get found out? Because Stuckley is writing on the internet, talking about calls, all the visits, when the police visit my home, and he's putting it on Facebook, suicide attempts, that I took pills, and I'd just like to know how that got found out.
You should talk.
Is that something that,
You should talk to the police. We don't have access to any of that stuff.
well, obviously somebody does, because he's sharing my information, and nobody should know that.
You should talk to the police. That's,
I did talk to the police, and Walsh, did you find out who did that? Yeah, but I just thought I'd ask Glotz that. Because I don't really appreciate, my personal business with the police visits being splashed all over Facebook, and that your hate group, Tinley Taxpayers Unite.
Any other questions regarding village business?
Nope, that's it.
Thank you.
Because, there might be a lawsuit. I'm not warning you against this village.
Any other questions regarding the village
That's it.
business? Thank you.
I was just wondering if it's called a racino because one does not exist without the other. Or you just put, is it a racetrack and casino? A casino, possible racetrack, or one does not exist with the other?
It's combined,
I know.
but that's how the legislator wrote the bill. That's their terminology, not ours.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Great, thank you. We'll move on to item number 23, pardon me. This time I'd ask for a motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss the following. A, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. B, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. C, the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body. Is there a motion? Been properly moved
Second.
and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion will carry. We'll be adjourned into executive session, and nothing will follow in our open session. Thank you very much, and have a good night.